What is up? What is up? What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Steve from A Reptile I Am, and Show Me Reptiles. So, guys, this is going to be one of those shows like kind of I was telling everybody in the beginning. Some of these shows are going to be funny stories. Some of these shows are going to be adventures and different things that we're doing. Obviously, it's going to be a Show Me Eccentric type thing. And today's show is going to be a little bit more background knowledge on some things. So in anything, you're going to have good things in the hobby and you're going to have not so good things in the hobby. So when we talk about hobby and we talk about industry, I feel like people kind of start getting the waters a little muddied up, if you will, because these are two separate things, in my opinion. Hobby and community is about the people, and for the people in the industry is more of a word used by businesses that are looking for more of a monetization type situation. So when you start talking industry and business and words like that, there starts to be some secondary agendas, which kind of brings us to the topic today, which I want to go ahead and bring out the main man, Micky Meyer. And let him kind of get into this and talk a little bit more about the main topic of, the crab bucket. So let's go ahead and bring out Micky, everybody, and let's make him feel welcome. What's up, Micky?
What's up, Steve?
Hey, so, we were talking earlier and just a couple of the things that we had seen kind of strolling across the social media the last couple days. And honestly, the last couple months, and you said something to me that was real profound that I'd never heard of, which is today's topic, the crab bucket mentality and how it kind of pertains to the reptile industry, promoters, community. You want to tell everybody what the crab bucket mentality is up front, just so they know and they can follow?
Oh yeah, so the crab bucket, it's so like crabbers, they're fishermen or whatever. You know, I think I heard this from a guy up in the Northeast who told me about this, the crab bucket mentality, and he said you throw a bunch of crabs in a bucket, and as soon as one of them starts trying to climb out, the rest of them will reach down and pull them back down into the bucket. And they're just constantly pulling each other back down into the bucket, and that's kind of a mentality that people get like in like an industry and a community and stuff, whenever they start seeing somebody doing more, doing better than they are, they always, they're always trying to reach up and pull them back down. You know what I mean? So, that's something that I've kind of been on for a while, since I heard that analogy, because it's true. Every time somebody starts trying to make a climb or doing better for themselves, it always seems like, there's people in the industry or the community that just kind of wants to pull them back down to another level. And I've got a different perspective of that. If I'm the crab climbing out of the bucket, I'm going to get to the top of the bucket and reach down and start pulling other people out of the bucket. I want to pull the other crabs out.
So there's a couple other people too that wanted to slide out and just kind of share a little bit of their perspective from a different angle. Because one thing that I've noticed being over here on Team Show Me is we each have our different spots that we fit in and different things that we deal with. So like what you deal with as the CEO and president of Show Me Reptiles is on a different level than what I'm dealing with the social media and sales stuff versus, your coordinators, your creators. So I think, if you're all right with it, I'd like to slide a couple of those people out and just kind of hear their perspective as well.
For sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and bring somebody out that I'm sure everybody is aware of in the Show Me family. And we're going to go ahead and slide out Scott. So we're going to bring Scott out to the stage. What's going on, Scott?
What's up? What's up?
So you kind of heard a little bit about what Micky was talking about. Do you have a little input on your side of things of the whole crab bucket mentality?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I hear it all the time with different conversations amongst vendors and stuff. You know, 'cause I go out to dinner with all the vendors, hang out, and do all this kind of stuff. I'm always in different groups and everything. And you know, a lot of it just you hear good things be brought up, like, "Hey, these people are doing really well." There's always a but. But did you hear about this? Did you hear about this drama? Did you hear about what they did this time, or did you hear about 6 years ago when they were mean to this person, or they had mites, or whatever it was? There's always something. There's always a but involved in that. And I still understand why we always have to look at the negative. No one ever wants to build up a big positive image for everybody else. It's always like what they did wrong, and that's the drama. That's the negative news. Always what really sticks with everybody.
Do you think that's people's fear of success that drives that mentality? Their fear of competition, or what do you think might be the catalyst behind that? Well, there's going to be a lot, but from your perspective.
I mean, a lot of it, I think it's a better story. It's more fun to talk about all the bullshit. They talk about the negative stuff. They want to talk about what makes a better story, better drama, and just keep ramping all that up. This is more fun.
That's the best answer you could have gave. And I tell people that all the time. Especially with some of the other jobs I've done in the past. What sells a news story is negativity. You can do hey, I did this humanitarian thing and community building stuff, and there might be 100 people that will comment and react to it, but let one thing negative happen and there's 5,000 people, and that's the same 4,900 other people that saw that other content and chose not to be a part of the positivity.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I see it all the time.
So yeah, I slid a couple other people out. We brought out our man Blake, big time out in the streets. I'm sure you guys have seen him on a bunch of the news interviews, and we just love his pretty face and great disposition. Thanks for coming out here with us, Blake, and giving us some of your time, dude.
I'm gonna say, yeah, thanks for having me, man.
So
Sorry, I'm in my grunge fit as I'm trying to do all my household chores and all that jazz, but couldn't miss a live stream. Come on now.
Right. So what do you have a take or perspective on what Micky said or Scott said, or anything to add on to what they've already stated?
Honestly, I mean, yeah, as Scott said, people love the negativity. I've noticed a lot of the people in the community like to fester and focus on the bad, and they say, hey, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, this is going wrong, and that's all they see. So I like to take this as my job, and I feel like the entire Show Me team's job to remind people of why we're here and what we're doing, and to try and I don't know, bring that positivity back.
Yeah. So when it comes to that, is there something that you personally try to do when you're in the field at a show coordinating? Is there something you do to try to give that moment, that memory to our customers and vendors?
Yeah, I try to just remind everybody that the baseline why we're here is education and fun. So I try to remind our vendors that even if it isn't very sales heavy day or this or that, like, it's still, we're all having a good time. We're all laughing. We're all seeing new things, learning new things. We get to see the smiles on all the families' faces when they find that new pet. And, like, I don't know. So just remind them of that. Moral of the story.
And the thing is, there's so much brotherhood and camaraderie and just between the vendors at the shows and the coordinators that go to the shows. I mean, Scott, you guys have specific zones that you work. Springfield's kind of your baby. Those people respond to you differently because they're used to you being out there, and the way that you've presented the show. Do you do something special for your people to try to drive that narrative as well, Scott?
I don't know if it's something I do special. I just try to do my job as well as I can. Make sure that all their needs are being met. Try to get them to whatever spots they're used to being in. Buy whatever friends they have. If there are any kind of like beefs or quarrels I have with other vendors or something else, I can make sure they kind of avoid that, keep them away from each other so that there is no kind of drama or any kind of negativity. It's like, okay, well, you're at this in the room, you're at this in the room, you all stay in your corners, no one has any issues.
You know, that's interesting that you bring that up. That makes me want to ask Micky a question, because I've seen this happen. You know, I've been with you guys traveling, or I've been with Show Me for years and years, but traveling with Micky and part of the Inside Family Circle, which I feel blessed to be here, just so everybody knows that. It's a good team, and it's exactly where I want to be. I'm where I want to be right now for anybody that's watching. But when I started, obviously I saw that if people are going to have quarrels, and this person may not like this person. But in a 2-3 month time frame, through some of the conversations that Micky's had with these vendors, I'm seeing these people speaking again and being on friendly terms. And Micky, when something like that comes up, how are you reaching out and playing the mediator and bringing everybody back together in the Show Me family? Because I'm seeing it firsthand.
Well, a lot of times what I do is, you know, I'll make phone calls, and I'll talk to everybody that's involved in the situation, and I really try to find common ground with everybody, you know, because we all are here because we enjoy the animals, and I think a lot of times people lose sight of that. You know, we enjoy the animals, we love the community, and that's why we're here. And I think a lot of people forget that, and you know, and a lot of times it's just talking to people and talking people through their issues with others, and just mediating and listening, you know, and we're able to resolve a lot of issues that way.
So, from what I gather from what Blake said, from what you said, and what Scott said, Show Me just tries to be fair with everyone. Does that sound safe to say for everybody, that we just try to keep it as neutral as possible and hear everybody?
Yeah,
that's kind of what.
Yeah, so to keep the peace, you know, make sure everybody's happy, everyone's having a good time. You know, here to enjoy the animals and the community that we're all here for.
So I love it. And I want to say this while we're all out here live. I love all of you guys that are on this stream right now. I have personal connections with all of you guys outside of the reptiles, outside of the shows. And I just want you guys to know I appreciate the fact that you guys even care. So I want to just say that first and foremost. And then I got to introduce Mark. We got Mark Anderson down here. He's one of our podcasters. You guys can catch him Sundays, and obviously popping in with me and the Boss Man periodically. But he has a show, The Reptile Shed. Mark, so you're fairly new to the Show Me family, and I tell you what, I can tell that you're excited, dude. And I love every bit of the energy that you're bringing. I loved the reel that you made about your jerseys. It made me feel good, dude. And the shirt, my absolute favorite Show Me Reptile shirt so far, outside of the jerseys, that one right there. It's just the smoke show. But Mark, from your perspective, and you've not gone and coordinated shows with us or whatever, but just from what you've heard, what do you have to input or tell people what it means to you to be a part of Show Me? Uh-oh. So what Mark is saying right now is how much he loves it. There. Oh, well, I was going to fill it in, but he'll probably do it better. Go ahead. What's up, brother?
Sorry, I pushed the mute button by accident. Okay, so when I first started this whole animal journey, we'll just say with this collection 9 years ago, there wasn't a whole lot of people out there like me that I knew of. And then social media kind of, was there and took off and started going through the years. I watched you do your thing when you started out too. And it was crazy. We kind of grew up doing social media together, and now here we are. You brought me into this show along with Micky.
That's a fact, dude.
There is people out there that are like me. I realized it's insane. There's people out there that work just as hard as me or harder than me, and that's a weird concept, And then you guys kind of went over everything positive with the crab pot theory. I've never heard of that, but I really like it.
Me either. I hadn't
I,
either. I love it. I've told like 18 people about it in the last 2 days. I'm like, let me tell you how I'm smart. Let me give you an analogy here.
to add on top of that, I do have to say that competition happens at the bottom and collaboration happens at the top.
Thank
So
you.
That's really good point. And you know, to that point, look at the 5 of us on here right now, middle of the afternoon. We all have various jobs and we're all still here right now. This is a community on this screen right now, guys. It is. This is the Show Me family, the Show Me community. And I don't know about you guys, but everybody is welcome to come over here and hang out with me. And I think that's kind of how we all feel. But I'm
Well,
over here just running my mouth, so somebody's talking. So anybody else take
it's
over.
it's all inclusive. You know, whenever I started all of this, that's what it was supposed to be. You know, it's all inclusive. You know, I've never been somebody that's like, oh well, if you go over here and vend this show, you can't vend with us. You know, it's basically, if you're not a jerk and you have, you know, healthy animals, or you're willing to do better by your animals and learn and do better, you can come over here and be part of what we're doing. That's, you know, it's never been a thing where, you know, we've wanted to exclude people ever, you know, because that's not the name of this game. You know, the name of this game is to grow our community, not shut folks out or have pity parties or guilt trips or any of that stuff.
So what this I've seen a couple different things floating around. What is the Show Me mission statement? What is it that we're trying to get across? Obviously, the education, the unity, community, and just sharing the passion. I feel like that might actually have covered everything, but do we have a direct mission statement other than animal excellence?
I don't know if we've come up with an official one. I know we've had a few, you know, but no matter what, you know, the words that are used, you know, the mission's still the same. Is to grow the community, make it better for keepers and the animals.
So
I'm sure
let
there's
me
one floating around somewhere.
I agree. So we're gonna hand it back over to Blake. We're gonna put you on the hot seat, brother. So tell everybody something, man. Tell everybody what's going on, man. Where's it coming from Blake's side of things?
You muted.
Okay, so now what Blake is saying, he's got to keep his mouth moving.
I see how it is. Wow.
There he
Anyway.
is. There he is.
I swear my mic was on. I don't know what's going on. What's it called? I know I touched on it earlier, but my absolute favorite thing at the shows, at the shops, just all over Show Me is seeing just the smiles. Seeing how happy people get and how intrigued they are learning something new and learning about a new animal, or possibly, I don't know, doing their research and finally getting to take home that pet they've always wanted. Like, I just love seeing it. I love seeing how happy this industry makes people. So that's what I want to keep pushing, and that's why I always try to bring it to the shows, and I don't know, keep spreading that with the community, because that's why we're here at the end of the day.
Well, and I see that in every show. Every time I see you or Scott go live at one of the shows, and guys, people like seeing you. Don't hesitate to do that stuff, because you know, it's like what we've been saying here, everybody. Sometimes you get the negative before you get the positive. So don't believe everything that you see and you read or hear. If you don't have firsthand experience, I'm here to tell you, you should come to the Show Me show and get some of that firsthand experience. Because I told Micky this the other day. I've been to a truckload of shows this year. The most diverse shows I've been to are Show Me Reptile shows, guys. Period.
I'll be at the Idaho one.
Oh, I'll see you in Idaho.
Yeah, I'm going to that one. I was like, I'm gonna go. It's fine.
When is that?
It's in
July.
July.
Middle of
Oh,
July.
by the way, Blake, you're gonna be with your boy this weekend. I'm coming to Blue Springs to kick it, dude. So I'll be. You're running
I'm
Blue
so
Springs,
excited.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right on the hometown show. So
Oh,
as a
yeah.
matter of fact, guys, I can't help it. I am gonna go ahead and do some shameless show me plugs here on some shows and stuff we've got coming up. So boom, here we go, guys. So we got 4 shows this weekend. We got Chattanooga hitting again. This is a 2-day banger, the 7th and 8th. VIP at 9 o'clock, 10 to 3:30 for everybody else. Crash the doors early to get those animals. We got Paducah. This is a 1-day banger. This is Sunday, June 8th. Same time frames, 9 a.m. for VIP, 10 to 3:30 for everyone else. We've got the boss man is out there running the Farmington, Utah show. He burned the candle all the way down to the tabletop to get out there, and you guys should definitely go out and give that a check. And then do not sleep on your boy, man. We got Blake and the General at the Blue Springs Show Me Reptile show, dude. You should pay $10 to get through that door and get a picture with us, let alone the animals you're going to see. So that's the shameless plugs that I've got for everybody. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to put out there, share, or do we feel like we kind of covered not being so crabby?
I will say, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Y'all just need to come out to the Show Me Show, man. It's amazing. It's a great time. If I'm working it, well, if any of our lovely coordinators are there, you're gonna have a good time. If I'm working it, I will stop you and I will ask about every single thing you're looking at, and I don't know, help you find that right fit. Because no, I love seeing y'all there, and you're not gonna see another show like it. So you might as well not sleep on it.
And you get to come out and see that beautiful face. So don't sleep on it. If Blake's at the show, man, it might be worth a look. Scott, what about you, boss man?
Well, I'm off this weekend, so I can spend time with my family, but I'll be out on the road in Knoxville next weekend, so come see me there. I think it's one of our biggest and best shows, so make sure you stop out to Knoxville if you're anywhere near the area. Even if you're 6 hours away, I think it's worth the drive to come out. So that's kind of what we bring. We bring an awesome amount of vendors with a great variety. I just got a vendor emailed me this morning. They're bringing like bobcats and servals and all kinds of crazy mammals. So not only do we have reptiles and amphibians, but we have exotic animals and fish and plants and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, we got awesome shows. Come out and see them.
And real talk, what a venue. That is one of my favorite venues. It's just so attractive. That is definitely a show me show to go check out. Mark, how about you, brother, man? You said you got Idaho coming up, but why don't you tell the Show Me family something beautiful and loving before we cut out here? What do you got?
Nice. Well, I was gonna say I'll be at the Idaho show too, and then I'll be at the Medford show in Oregon. That's September 4th and 5th, I believe, and then I'll be at the Eugene show. That's September 27th, 28th. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome. And it sounded like Micky was going to be coming out to one of those shows. I'm going to see if I can slither into one of them and see if we can get some time side by side, brother. I think that'd be great.
Hopefully all of them.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. And Micky, what about you, boss?
I just want to say don't fall into people's negativity, because it really does just hurt all of us. I know us as a company, we've been hurt by negativity in the past, but we're still here, we're still growing, and we're sticking to the plan. So that's really all it is. I mean, don't let the negative opinions of others, affect what you're doing in this industry or community or however you refer to it. Because people will always try to hit you with their limitations and insecurities and all that stuff, and it really just hurts everybody. I mean, there's been times when we've been hurt, and it hurts everybody that's involved with us. The attendees, the vendors, and it's usually always just some bull hockey, really. So
Yep. Absolutely. Well, I think that's really about all we've got for today. Like I said, thank you so much, guys, for coming on in the middle of the afternoon. Me and the boss were talking. We just felt like it was a good time to drop this out there and let people know why the emotions and everything are hot. And just because you sign up with one show does not mean that you can't come and kick it with Show Me. Don't ever forget that, guys. It's wide open, full throttle. This is community and this is unity. So that's all I've got for you guys today. And with that, we're going to end it. Peace. I'm out.